River systems. Throughout history, rivers have had an impact on the earth and its people. Rivers have carved out valleys and canyons in the landscape. Explorers traveled along rivers to find out about new lands. Settlements and communities sprang up along rivers, using the water from the river for farming, food, and transportation. Okay, I'm going to pause here and tell you a bit more. A valley or a canyon is a deep, it's like the opposite of a mountain, right? It's a deep space in the ground, and rivers make them. Explorers are people who travel to find new things. Settlements are places where people live together or begin to settle their families, right? So that's why they came to the river, because they could do farming and get food and transportation along the river. Okay. A river system is made up of all the streams and lakes that connect to the main river body, right? You can see that in the picture. There are lots of little streams, is like a tiny little river. Okay, so, and lakes do not have inlets or outlet. They're a big body of water. So they're all connected to a main river. Looking down at a river system from space, you would see the main river that looks like the trunk of a tree, and tributaries, that means the little streams and lakes, that look like the branches. River patterns like this can be found on every continent, all over the world. A river begins at a point on higher ground called its headwaters. Headwaters, the beginning of the river. From the headwaters, a river flows in a downward slope, right? This allows gravity to help pull the water. All of the land drained by a river system is called a drainage basin. Okay, a drainage basin is the land that gives up its water to a river. Drainage basins are separated by a raised piece of land called a divide. Okay, so if you have like a mountain or some hills that the river does not go over, then that is a divide. The water runs in opposite directions down either side of the divide. Okay, so here you can see that there are some divides here and here because the ground is higher. There are 5 continental drainage basins in North America. The water in each river then drains out to larger bodies of water such as the ocean. River system drainage patterns. Okay, so these are the river systems, and now we're talking about drainage patterns, and I think you have a question about this. River systems create different patterns as they drain from high ground to lower ground. The type of pattern depends on the type of rock and soil the river runs over. There are 2 types of drainage patterns, dendritic and trellis. Okay, so here's a dendritic drainage pattern, and here is a trellis drainage pattern. How are they the same and how are they different?